So it was just before my 36th birthday when I felt a lump in my breast. And I procrastinated a lot on having it checked. Eventually I did go to the doctors and he did a biopsy. So on Monday morning I get a phone call from the doctor and he said, "Aparna, I would like to meet you in the office." I didn't have to ask him any questions. I didn't need to know. I just knew. He sat me down and he started talking to me. And I couldn't hear a word. Nothing. He was talking and all I could see were lips moving. That's all I could see. You would never think it would happen to you. Ever. And then both my brothers had followed me actually. And they heard everything. I didn't. And I was crying. I was just crying. And my brother said, "You know, you have a better chance of survival than I do." I looked at him and I go, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "Every day I have a 50-50% chance of surviving. I can walk the street, I can get run over. Everyone has a 50-50% chance of survival every day." And he said, "The doctor said you've got 70%. He says, "You're doing better than I am." Again, that split second, my whole attitude to this just changed. And so I began a solitary journey. Fortunately, I didn't have to have a mastectomy done. Then you start the chemo process. They sort of put the chemo through your vein. They were doing that and they couldn't find a vein, and they said, "Aparna, you need to go back and you need to get a port." So he made me lie down on the bed and he started feeling me right here. And I looked at him and I said, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "This is where we put the ports." I literally thought he was crazy. And I said, "You can't be doing this to me. In a way, I feel you've taken away something from me, something that I thought were beautiful, and you've taken part of that away from me. And now you're going to put a port right here. And I'm going to feel even uglier than I already feel." And I said, "You need to find a solution." And he's like, "What do you want me to do?" And I said, "I need you to hide it." And he goes, "You can't hide a port. This is where it's supposed to be." And I said, "I know, but not for me. You might do this for your other patients, but not for me. You need to hide this port." And I think even he felt it. He actually told me, he says, "I need more patients like you to come in and tell me this," because he said every time a patient comes in, I feel like I'm in a way dying with them because I take everything personally. And he says, "You've come in and you've sort of doing the exact opposite." And I said, "If I don't think like this, I am probably going to die. I need to think differently." So everything I put out there was trying to be positive. I might not have felt it, but I was behaving it, I was acting it, and I was trying to feel it. This is how I've learned to live my life, to just tackle things head on. And this is exactly what I had to do here. Just before I started my chemo, I had long, curly hair. And they said, "Aparna, it might not be a good idea for you to have long hair when your hair starts falling out." And I was going to just get my hair cut. And it was so sweet because one of my friends flew in from Spain. Another one came down from Washington, D.C. They both got their hair cut. And I think that was the support that I needed. I needed that love. I needed that camaraderie. I didn't need pity. I still remember I was in front of the mirror and I closed my eyes and the guy just bzzz my hair, and I opened my eyes and I had a bald head. I didn't wear a scarf, didn't wear a hat, I just walked the streets in my bald head. I felt I could breathe. I felt I could, this is it. this is what I have, and I just need to go through the motion with it. And I need to accept it. And the only time I cried was in the shower, so that no one could hear me. And I'd come out like a rock star, because I was back to being a superwoman person. And that's how I got through it. Have complete faith that you're going to be okay. Never, ever, ever lose faith. And you will get through it.